Good evening, race fans. Welcome to the Dirt ITV presentation of the Iowa 30 right here at Knoxville, Iowa, for the Iowa 30 for week 3 of Millertime Motorsports. It's Millertime Sunday, and we're excited to get back at the racetrack. We're here at Knoxville, Iowa big open track compared to last week at Lanier Speedway. Lanier Speedway, much smaller, tighter track. But here we are at Knoxville. Several cars has entered into the pits. We have an early count of just over 40 drivers now in the pits. Several guys are out there practicing on the speedway. You see Doug Ungary's here tonight, Steve Miller, Chris Miller. Mark Hanna's here, Robert Yost is here. William Hobart is back, and we haven't seen William Hobart, but he is back here in the number 8 machine. That's William Hobart. We go by Billy Hobart. Robert Ballard is here in the 32 machine. And Mark Hanna out at 45 Napa machine. Track is already starting to get slick. Joshua Anders, he's here. Chris is here in the 91 machine. We seen him last week. He put on a good show for us. The 91 machine had a really good finish. Several cars here as we fly high atop Knoxville. It's cornfield country, as you see as we look down upon Knoxville. Going to be several guys we're going to have to keep an eye on tonight here at Knoxville. So who are we watching for here for the Iowa 30? Well, our number 1 guy to watch is Troy Flaro. Troy Flaro, he finished second here in the springtime. So you're going to have to keep an eye on Troy Flaro there, as he could be a winner. He was picked by Dirt ITV and Chris Miller to win, and Steve picked him third. Nathan Brown, you can't put him away. He's a 3-time Millertime winner, and he won here at Knoxville. So he has a Millertime win here at Knoxville. Doug Ungary, a strong run last week. Very surprising. He was potentially taking the lead over, and the caution came out. Late in the race, he fell off, but he's another one you're going to have to keep an eye on throughout the broadcast. Jason Randolph, currently leading in points. You cannot count this guy out. He came from the B main, made it into the feature, started deep in the B main or the A main, and finished 4th place. He has now taken over the points lead from PJ Popham, which we have here also as potentially a bounce back week for PJ. Didn't finish very well at Lanier. He won week 1 at Volusia, but Lanier, he struggled, and he came home with a 12th place finish. Got to talk about Ben Ward. Ben Ward, he was your last week's winner at Lanier Speedway, and he looked strong. It was a bounce back week for him, and he made a statement saying, "I'm not done yet," as we're going to have to keep an eye on Ben here as well. We talked about the points. The points is heating up. We had Jason Randolph last week. He was sitting 3rd in points, and now he's all the way up into that 1st position in points with 259 points. In 2nd, you have PJ Popham, 242 points. In 3rd, Brandon Surratt, newcomer, 240 points. Might want to watch him too. He was a strong finisher as well. And then you look outside the top 15 here. You got Jeff Flaro there in 4th, 5th, Warren Samoy, 6th, Trey Galgan, 7th, Randy Shreves. Troy Flaro is in that 8th position, but I think tonight you may see him jump way up in the standings after tonight if he runs well. Ben Wart in that 9th position. Bryson Hughes in the 10th position. 11th would be Seth French. 12th, Kyle Vaughn. 13th, Clayton Kinkart. 14th, Byron Gay. And 15th, William Henry. We have heard early on that Kyle Vaughn will not make the show tonight. He will not be able to make the race, travel here at Knoxville, so he will not be here with us. And also, Jeff Flaro may be one that may not be able to make the field tonight here at Knoxville. Points race is going to be heating up even more. We talk about the most wins here in Millertime Motorsports. Those guys that's in green, that's the guys that have signed up for this summer series, and they're active drivers right now here at Knoxville. Benjamin Ward, now a 3-time winner of Millertime, tied with Nathan Brown with a 3-time winner. PJ Popham with 2 wins, Jason Randolph with 1, and Jeff Flero with 1. And that name, Jeff Flero, with 1 win. His son, Troy Flero, does not have a win. Will that be enough motivation for Troy Flero to make it a win tonight? And we'll see here in just under 15 minutes left, and we'll be getting into qualifying. We're going to step away for a short break. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
I want to see the best drive on the same racetrack on the same night.
Welcome back to Knoxville. We're counting down the minutes until we go into qualifying here. We are 13 minutes away from qualifying. And currently right now we have Troy Flero on top of the leaderboard in these hot lap sessions. There he is in the number 3 machine, Troy Flero. His current time right now a 17.599. The next closest guy to him is Randy Shreves with a 17.687. Troy Flero already looking pretty fast here, the guy that we picked to win tonight. It's time to look at the track trends here at Knoxville, and it's been a fairly clean racing here at Knoxville. Here is your race trend analysis off of 3 other races. This makes our 4th trip here to Knoxville. And our average caution has been 1. Yes, that is correct, 1. So it is very clean racing. It's a wide open track. There's plenty of room to work. Your average best lap in a race is a 17.96. And you have an average lead change of 2. And your track record currently with Millertime Motorsports is Travis Snyder with a 17.553. Will we see that record broke tonight? Man, oh man, if there's a guy that I could think that could potentially do it, and that would be Troy Flero. In hot laps, he hit a 15.599. That's not too far off of that track record. So we may see that track record fall tonight. We'll keep an eye on that one tonight. And we're here with the Iowa 30, weeks number 3 here at Knoxville. And we are under 11 minutes until qualifying. And we'll be getting the field stacked up for you. In qualifying, you've got to note, if you're new to the broadcast and you've never watched it, we do not show qualifying. It's private sessions for each one of those guys. That speeds up the program. But we will call out how the running order is. We'll call out those quick times. So you'll want to keep an eye on that. We're going to step away for another short break. We are closing in on go time here. We'll be back after this short break.
Streams at the battle for the lead up front. Big move over Randy Shreves to the lead. Randy Shreves is now taking over the lead. 3-car battle for the lead. Jeff Flaro takes over the lead. He's on the top side. Jeff Flaro in the middle. Benjamin Ward on the bottom. Troy Flaro in the mix now. It's heating up for that top position. For Benjamin Ward, crossover Randy Shreves. Randy Shreves takes the lead. Crossover. Back and forth they go here at Eldora Speedway with 13 laps to go. Big wreck down the backstretch. Look at the pole setter is now out of this one. Ford, it's gonna get tight. 4 wide, trying. Byron Gay making a huge move for the lead. As Troy Flaro maybe trying a slider there side by side. It's white flag, 1 lap to go. Troy Flaro on the bottom, Joshua Berkey on the top. Troy Flaro side by side takes the lead. He has the lead coming into 3, slides up into that first position. Josh Berkey at the crossover, not enough. Troy Flaro will take heat race number 3. What a battle we had there. Quick time! Jeff Flaro on the top, Randy Shreves on the bottom. Troy Flaro underneath Randy Shreves. It's going to be a 3-car battle for that second position. Troy Flaro on the bottom, Jeff Flaro on the top. And the caution is out as it was heating up for that second position. Wow.
Welcome back high atop Knoxville Speedway. We are under the 8 minutes until qualifying. As we look at your race format, we are taking actually 30 drivers. This is designed for a 24-car field, but we are taking 30 drivers tonight here at Knoxville, so several drivers are going to make the show. We have just over 40 drivers, so about 10 cars will be going home, packing a trailer and leaving us early tonight. It's a race format. As you got your top 4 out of the heat races will automatically transfer into the feature. For the C main, there's going to be a 12-car invert. I'm sorry, 12 cars that will be transferred out of the C main into the back of the B main. And then the B main, if we have less than 5 heat races, we will take 10. If we have 5 heat races, then we will only take 5. Tonight we're going to try to get our crank it up. When we see that crank it up, you turn your volume up as loud as you possibly can so that you can hear the cars rumble. Crank it up and we will give you some really good looks around the speedway. So we've got all kinds of cameras tonight for you guys. We take a look around the speedway right now. Several cars sitting in pit lane. Troy Flaro there. Andy Patton out on the racetrack right now. As you look on board, right rear suspension as his wing camera. This will be another shot you'll be able to see throughout the night. This will be the primary view for tonight, as we'll be able to see most all of the racetrack from here and be able to give you a clear view. As the sun is starting to set here at Knoxville, we're going to be going under the lights here tonight. As we take a look around other drivers out here on the speedway. Who will be sitting in victory lane tonight? There's your man Troy Flaro, a guy to watch tonight as he tries to get his last tune in before we go qualifying here in just under 5 minutes. Just under 5 minutes we'll be going qualifying. We'll call out those quick times and hopefully we'll see a track record broken tonight. As we talked earlier, that track record down in the 17.553. Can someone hit that? Tonight we are representing 21 different states here. Every red dot represents a driver with 3 Canadians and 1 Australian with us here. And if you missed it earlier, our points race currently, as we speak, Jason Randolph in the 47 machine has looked strong. He currently has your points lead with PJ Popham sitting in second with 32 points. Brandon Surratt is sitting in third position with 240 points. And then from on down there, your top 5, Jeff Flaro in the 4th position, and right behind him, Warren Samoy, 23 points out from the lead. It can be anybody's race, as Randy Streves last week was sitting second in points, 2 points out from the lead, and after just 1 week, he's sitting in 7th in points, 30 points out from the lead. Anything can happen. As we look at some of the drivers, like we said, Billy Hopart's here tonight from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We haven't seen him since last season at Eldora, so it's good to see Billy Hobart back with us tonight. Last week's winner, Benjamin Wart. He's got that winner sticker. He's won a race now early in the season here with Millertime Motorsports. We talked Andy Patton. We seen him out on the track earlier. Andy Patton from PA. He's here with us tonight. Brandon Surratt is here. He's sitting third in points. We just talked about him from Houston, Texas. Brian Wax is here tonight. Some of these drivers we're listing down through, so if you see your favorite driver, please let us know they're your favorite driver. But Brian Wax from Centerville, Ohio, driving that 14B, the B14 machine. Byron Gay is here from Spencerville, Ohio. Byron in a 70 machine. Chase Shepard, another one that's here tonight from Carnes City, PA, in the 69S. Ted Muffle's here tonight, still looking for his first feature event. He's missed both of them. He's looking for a main berth tonight. Ted Muffle from Oklahoma City in the 26 machine. Seth French is with us here tonight. Ryan Insinger is here. Robert Baller is here. Robert Yost is here. Greg Barnett is here from Langman, South Carolina. One of the few from South Carolina that we have. Ed Koschenberger is here from New York. He's made the trip over to Iowa. Doug Ungary from Montana. Another Montana guy is here tonight with us. Chris Sine from Florida. I believe he's the only driver that is listed from Florida. And your man, PJ Popham. We got a lot of PJ Popham fans on our broadcast last week in week 1. He's got a win from Great Falls, Montana. PJ Popham in the 32. Will he get the victory tonight? Pat Belize from Ohio in the 41 machine. And Chris Miller, you can't say enough what he's done with this league. Chris Miller from Bluffington, Ohio, in the 69 machine. And his brother, Steve Miller, in the 02 machine. You just seen both of them on the pre-race show. Warren Samoy from Great Falls, Montana, in the 77 machine. Had a great run last week. Hit inside that top 5. Warren Samoy, we'll see what he can do, if he can make some noise. Troy Flaro. Dre Gaugan, he made a good run last week. Keep an eye on him in the 49 machine. He'll be one to watch. Tom Hagelin, he'll be here tonight in the 94 machine. Here's another guy that's ran fairly well lately. Big improvement from last season. William Bill Henry from Florida in the 33 machine. He ran very well. Believe he was your hard charger last week. Zach Neely from California. He's here tonight in the 188 machine. Larry Bell from Fort Worth, Texas. He's here with 50 in the 53 machine. Josh Berkey is here. Jason Randolph. So some big hitters are here tonight as qualifying is getting started here. As your times will start to roll in here. We'll keep the ticker up for you guys so you guys can see just where everyone's scoring. Right now, Seth French is on top of the leaderboard with a quick time with a 17.791. We're not getting close to that quick time right now, but Seth French is your fastest driver right now out on the speedway. He has completed both of his laps. There's Jason Randolph putting in a time of 17.815. Jason Randolph, now your quick time, 17.775. Jason Randolph now is scored your leader. Aiden Spence is sitting third right now, and Doug Ungary is fifth. Byron Gay just jumped up into the fourth position now. As now quick time, Ben Wart with a 17.705. Ben Wart now on top of the leaderboard in that 14 machine. Randy Shreves now has taken time. He's in that fifth position. The 17.841. Larry Bell sitting in that 10th position. Really good time for him with a 17.863. Bill Henry, William Henry, he's sitting in 8th position. Troy Flaro now has taken his time. Troy Flaro in 4th now with a 17.806. Benjamin Wart is still your leader right now with a 17.705. Ted Buffle out on the track qualifying now. He is currently 14th quick with a 17.875. As a surprise, PJ Popham has now qualified 19th position. 17.944. PJ Popham struggling here early in qualifying. Trey Gaugan sitting 17th right now. As we run down your grid, because it does look like everyone has concluded qualifying, your top qualifier tonight here at Knoxville is going to be last week's winner, Benjamin Wart. He is your top qualifier with a 17.705. In second, Jason Randolph, your points leader. He's second quick at a 17.775. Third, Seth French. Fourth is Troy Flaro. Fifth is Randy Shreves. Sixth is Aiden Spence. Seventh is Byron Gay. Eighth is William Henry. Ninth is Garrett Pipita. I'm not sure if I pronounced his name right. I apologize. 10th is Doug Ungary. 11th is Larry Bell. 12th is Chris Sine. 13th is Andy Patton. 14th is Ted Muffle. 15th is Billy Hobart in the 15th position. 16th was Joshua Anderson's. 17th is Trey Gaugan. 18th is Brandon Surratt. 19th is PJ Popham. 20th is Chase Shepard. 21st is Brian Wax. 22nd is his teammate Warren Samoy. 23rd, Colton Kinkart. 24th, Brad Tallarico. 25th, Joshua Berkey. 26th, Bryson Hughes. 27th, Robert Yost. 28th, Mark Hanna. 29th is Chris Miller. 30th is Robert Franklin. 31st is Kevin Battering. 32nd is Thomas Hageland. 33rd position is Greg Barnett. 34th is Zachary Neely. And we are actually about to turn it over into your first heat race for tonight, as we are slated for 4 heat races. So heat race number 1 is gridding up on the speedway. As we look up onto the speedway here, with your pole setter is Brian Wax is going to be the pole setter. Brian Wax, teammate of Warren Samoy. So Brian Wax here from Centerville, Ohio, will be sitting on pole. Outside of Brian will be Trey Gaugan. Trey Gaugan in the 49X from PA. There's Trey Gaugan. That's your top 2 in that first position and second position. In third, Andy Patton will be starting third. In fourth will be Garrett. In fifth will be Randy Shreves. In sixth will be your top qualifier tonight, Benjamin Ward. In the 7th position will be Joshua Berkey. In 8th will be Chris Miller. In 9th will be Greg Barnett. In 10th will be Steve Miller. And rounding out the field, in the 11th position will be Ryan Insinger. Greg Barnett in that number 5 machine, Zapco machine. Nice looking machine there from South Carolina. He is starting in that 9th position, looking to try to make himself known in the feature. See what he will be able to do. Josh Berkey had a rough night last weekend. He didn't fare too well from Des Moines, Iowa. It's a hometown track for him in that 39 machine. Ben Wart, early on pick. He won last week. Ben Wart. He'll be starting in that 6th position. We are getting ready to go green flag racing out of turns number 4. iRacing pace truck. Lights are out on the pace truck. We are going to be going green flag racing this time out of turns number 3 and 4. Byron Gay.
Green, green, green.
Brian Wax is on the throttle. We're green flag racing. Trey Gaugan gets a really good restart on the outside of Brian. They make contact there as it's now 3 wide with Benjamin Wart in the middle with Randy Shreves on the bottom. Trey Gaugan on the outside. Trey Gaugan and Benjamin Wart get together. A 4-car transfer is what it's going to be. Byron Wax is your leader. I'm sorry, Brian Wax is in the 3rd position right now with your leader. Andy Patton has now taken over the race lead with Randy Shreves in 2nd. Josh Berkey has now got a transfer spot looking underneath Brian Wax, as Ben Wart is looking on the outside, trying to make it into this feature and sitting 5th right now. waxes into that third position. And Ben gets into wax a little bit there and opens up the door for Trey Galgan. Now, Wart has moved on back. Wart is now into the 6th position now, as Garrett is in the 4th position. Made a correction. That Garrett machine is in that 4th position in that yellow machine, with Josh Berkey looking to make a feature tonight, as he's in that 3rd position right now, as we've got 5 down, 5 to go. As they cross the stripe, we're getting 4 laps to go here. Josh Berkey looking underneath Andy Patton now. Your leader, Randy Shreves, kind of running away with it, with Benjamin Wart in that 5th position. He's got to pick up 1 more position if he's going to make the transfer spot. They almost make contact. It's 3 wide down the front stretch here. Andy Patton on the outside. Now Ben Wart looking underneath Andy Patton to look for that final transfer spot. Andy Patton getting pinched down by Josh Berkey. Ben Wart looking underneath Andy Patton now. There's 3 wide. Was going to go 3 wide. Ben decided otherwise. Now Josh Berkey on the outside looking in. Berkey on the outside of Ben Wart now, as we've got 2 laps to go. We'll come down to 1 to go. The white flag will be out next time by. Ben Wart on the bottom, trying to make his feature race. Now Josh Berkey, will he look for a crossover move and get back underneath Ben Wart? No, he's not right now. Back up front, Randy Shreves is your leader as we get the white flag. The white flag is out. Final lap around Knoxville Speedway, getting pressure from Garrett. Andy Patton has got that 3rd position, and the final transfer spot does belong to Benjamin Wart right now. Josh Berkey is on the outside looking in. He's not going to be able to do it, as Benjamin Wart will be your final transfer spot. Randy Shreves will be your winner of heat race number 1. Really clean racing there. Randy Shreves is your winner. We're going to see if we can speak to Randy. Randy Shreves here. Randy, you won your heat race. How did it feel out there?
It felt good. Car felt fast. Track's still nice and tacky, but yeah, I don't know what happened between me and Andy there. I don't know if that was my fault or not. I was trying to race as quick as possible, and then felt a little bump, so I hope that wasn't on me.
Yeah, it's a tight track. I mean, it's tacky right now, so things are going to happen like that. Andy Patton did finish 3rd there and is making the feature tonight. Good luck to you in your feature race tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
As we get set for heat race number 2. Heat race number 2 is on the speedway. We'll call him out. Warren Samoy is on pole here. Warren Samoy will be pole of heat race number 2 from Great Falls, Montana. Outside of him, Brandon Surratt. Brandon Surratt in 3rd in points, Houston, Texas. We've got the lights out on the pace truck. We're going green flag out of turn 4. Ted Muffle is in 3rd. 4th is Doug Ungary. 5th is Aiden Spence. Jason Randolph would start 6th. 7th will be Bryson. 8th will be Robert. 9th will be Zachary Neely. And 10th will be Will Brinkley. We're going green flag racing out of turns number 4. Here we go. iRacing pace truck is about to hit pit road, as we are getting ready to go green flag racing out of turns number 4.
Green.
Green flag is all out, and Warren Samoy is on the throttle. Ted Muffle getting a pretty good restart there, giving a little bump for Warren. As Doug Ungary looking to the outside of Ted Muffle. Now, Doug Ungary has now taken over that 3rd position. The battle is on for the lead. Brandon Surratt looking for the early lead here on lap number 1. He will take the lead away from Warren Samoy. Doug Ungary on the top side of Ted Muffle. Ted Muffle gets a little loose, stays out of Doug Ungary there. Jason Randolph now putting the charge on the outside of Ted Muffle. Ted Muffle, seems like we're always talking about him. being on the bubble to try to make the transfer. As Jason Randolph now takes it to the bottom side, now looking underneath of Doug Ungary. Not being able to do it right now as Ted Muffles on his outside right now. Doug Ungary working the top side, Jason Randolph working the bottom. As they're side by side, they're going to cross the stripe side by side. We're 4 laps down into a 10-lap feature race. Big move there for Jason Randolph. Now on the inside of Doug Ungary, looking to clear Doug Ungary coming out of this turn. He's working the bottom really well now as he gets underneath Warren Samoy now. He's up into the 2nd position. Has Steve Miller called a really good driver. Now we're getting it really heated up in that 4th position. It's going to go 3 wide entering into that turn. They make contact. Warren Samoy on the outside. Doug Ungary on the bottom. They're both out of this one now. Moves them way back. Ted Muffle is now in the transfer spot with Aiden Spence. Aiden Spence now is in there as the battle has heated up for that top position. Brandon Surratt and Jason Randolph battling it out up front, side by side. Brandon on the bottom, Jason Randolph on the top side. We have just a handful of laps to go here with lap 7 coming to 8 completed. 7 laps completed. We're on lap number 8. Brandon has the lead. Jason Randolph wants the lead. Doug Ungary now has worked himself back up into the final transfer spot with Zach Neely now putting into that 3rd position. Ted Muffle looking for something, not being able to do it. Warren Samoy's not done yet. He's up into the 5th position looking for that transfer spot. We got 2 laps to go here. 2 laps around Knoxville as Brandon is still your leader with Jason Randolph straight behind him. Zach Neely in the 3rd position with Doug Ungary in that final transfer spot. Ted Muffle looking for something more. He's in that 5th position and Warren Samoy is on back. White flag is out. It's 1 lap left to go. Brandon working the bottom side of the racetrack. He is going to come out of turn 4 and be your winner with Jason Randolph 2nd, 3rd, Zach Neely, 4th, Doug Ungary. Ted Muffle will miss the transfer. Warren Samoy will miss the transfer. As Brandon Surratt is your race winner in heat race number 2. As Brandon Surratt is your winner. He is not currently with us in the broadcast booth. Brandon Surratt put on a good move there, and he is your race winner in heat race number 2. As we get ready for heat race number 3 action. There was your race briefing there, as you see. We're getting ready to go green flag out of turns number 4 here in heat race number 3. As we get ready to relay who's on pole of this one. Colton Kinkart is on pole. Outside of him, it will be P.J. Popham. William Hobart will be in the 3rd position. 4th will be Larry Bell. In 5th, Byron Gay. In 6th, Seth French. In 7th, Robert Yost. In 8th, Kevin Battering. In 9th, Patrick Boyce. And 10th, Ed Koschenberger. Colton Kinkart will lead him out of turns number 2 down to the backstretch, and he will be looking to put that 63 machine in victory lane. We're about to go green flag racing here out of turns number 4. iRacing pace truck lights are out. We are going to be going green flag out of turns 4 as the sun starts to set here at Knoxville. We're in heat race number 3 of 4. Green flag is out.
Green, green, green.
PJ Popham on the throttle on the outside. PJ Popham takes over the early lead. Billy Hobart making a big run there. He's sitting in that 2nd position working the top side underneath Colton Kinkhart. Colton Kinkhart stuck on the bottom. He's wanting up, but he can't get there right now. Larry Bell in that 4th position. He's looking to make a berth into the feature, as now Colton Kinkhart has dropped back out of the top 4. Seth French is now in the final transfer spot in the 54 machine. As Colton Kinkhart is not giving up quite yet, as Seth French is on the outside of him. Colton Kinkhart on the bottom. It's side by side for that 4th and final transfer spot. Seth is not giving him any room to come up, as they're still side by side as they cross the line. Colton Kinkhart is scored in that 4th position, as a big run now from PJ, as Billy Hobart had taken the lead away from him. As now a slide job from Billy Hobart, or PJ Popham. Billy Hobart on the outside, and will stay on the outside of PJ right here. This is another slide job coming from PJ. Crossover move, Billy Hobart to the bottom. Will he try it? No, he stays to the top as PJ goes to the bottom. Seth French now putting pressure on Larry Bell to take over that 3rd position. Seth French looking to make it on up into the standings here to get a better start in the feature. We're 6 laps done in this heat race number 3. And Seth French now putting a slide job on Larry Bell. Larry Bell will cut back underneath him. They're side by side as they cross the line. Seth French on the top, Larry Bell on the bottom. Larry Bell will try to keep it down on the bottom. He's losing momentum when he does that, and he's back to 4th now, as 2 guys are right there ready to pounce on him if he makes any kind of mistake, with Byron Gay and Colton Kinkhart right there looking for it. They wanted to go 3 wide and put Larry Bell there, but they didn't. Larry Bell gets back to the top of the speedway as he's in that 4th position. Good battle here for that 4th and final transfer spot. PJ Popham is still your race leader, with Billy Hobart in 2nd. Back for the final transfer spot, Colton Kinkhart trying to put some pressure on, but can't do it right now because Byron Gay is putting pressure on him. We're coming down to the white flag. White flag is out for PJ Popham. PJ Popham now has the white flag, 1 lap around the speedway. Billy Hobart in that 2nd position. In 3rd, Seth French and Larry Bell in the final transfer spot. PJ Popham out of turn 4. PJ Popham will be your winner. Billy Hobart 2nd. 3rd will be Seth French. And your final transfer spot will belong to Larry Bell. Larry Bell will transfer into the feature. PJ Popham was your heat race winner there in heat race number 3. Looked really good there from the start on the outside. Had a little pressure from Billy Hobart there. Congratulations on the win, PJ. What was it like out there in heat race number 3?
Good run for the Bison, Ford Pacers, Sign and Design, Squares Brothers Equipment, WB Creative sprint tonight. But lucky to start up front. Got a good jump, and then Willie gave us a run there, and then I found a line that I liked there at the end of the race, and car was pretty hooked up, so should give us a good start here. I think we'll start 3rd for the main, and hopefully we can keep it up front.
Good luck to you tonight, PJ.
Hey, thank you, Ron.
As we get set for your final heat race on pole, Brad Talerco will be your pole setter in the 10 car. Outside of him in the 69 machine of Chase Shepard. In the 3rd position, Joshua Anders. In 4th, Chris Sine. In 5th, William Henry, been running really well in that 33 machine. Troy Flero will start in the 6th position. Mark Hanna will be in the 7th position. 8th will be Thomas Hagelin. 9th will be Tyson Bennett. And Robert Bullard will round out the field. We're about to go green flag racing here out of turns number 4. As this is our final heat race of the night. iRacing Pace Truck has dipped off into pit lane. As green flag is out.
Green, green, green.
Green flag He's out on the speedway. Brad gets a really good restart. He gets in the slick. Chase Shepard now with a big move on the outside to take over the race lead. Chase Shepard is your race leader with Chris Sign following right behind him and right on his heels, that 91 machine. We've seen him run really well last week. I think we'll see it again. Troy Flaro on the move from that 6th position. He's now up into the 3rd position, just like that. Joshua Anders looking to take it away from Troy Flaro. That is your top 4 right now as they kind of break away from the rest of the field. It's Chase Shepard. Big power move early in on this one, that 69 machine. He leads the pack here at 15. Currently, right now, your fastest guy out there is Chris Sign in that 2nd position, looking to overtake him. He's running an 18.596, just a little bit quicker than Chase Shepard. Can he find a way around Shepard here? As Troy Flaro has gotten into some trouble, has now went back into the 5th position. Troy Flaro in some trouble here early on. Now Troy Flaro now finds himself in that 4th and final transfer spot. Now he starts to extend his distance away from that 5th position to try to make some comfort there as the race is on up front. Chase Shepard now has lost the lead from Chris Sign. Chris Sign working the top of the speedway in the 91 machine. Chase Shepard trying to run him back down as we have 6 laps completed of a 10-lap heat race. This is your final heat race of the night. A 91 machine looking really strong here. He looked strong at Lanier last week, looking to be strong here at Knoxville and make his name known. Chris Sign up front. A 69 machine of Chris Sign looking to try to take that position away. As we look on board of Chris Shepard, Chase Shepard on the back bumper there. As they come across the stripe, they've got 2 laps to go. Is Chase Shepard going to be able to put a move on Chris Sign? Chris Sign looking good right now. Just holding his line right up above the slick of the track. You can see the track starting really well off here in heat race number 4. The white flag is out. We've got 1 lap to go around Knoxville Speedway. Troy Flaro trying to battle on with Joshua Anders. Will he try to put another slider on here? Troy Flaro putting a big move in. Makes contact with the car. Turns him. Turns the car around. Man, there's going to be some words there as that did not stick by Troy Flaro. As your race winner, Chris Sign will be your race winner in heat race number 4. Chris Sign, man, he looked strong there. He looked strong last week, picking up where he left off here. Now Chris won this heat race. Chris, you got a copy. You got a copy, Chris. It does not look like we have got a copy from Chris. As we get ready for the BC main. I'm sorry, the B main. There is no C main tonight. So the B main looks like we will take, I believe, 10 cars out of this one. The cars are rolling out on the speedway. We'll get a look at those cars here in just a minute. It's high atop Knoxville Speedway. As on pole tonight in this B main, Brian Wax and his teammate Warren Samoy will start on the front row. In that second row, Colton Kinkart and Robert Ballard. In fifth, Greg Barnett and William Brinkley. Seventh will be Robert Yost. Eighth will be Tyson Bennett. Ninth will be Chris Miller. 10th will be Aiden Spence. 11th will be Ed Koschenberger. And 12th will be Joshua Anders. 13th will be Steve Miller. And 14th will be Robert Franklin. 15th will be Kevin Battering. 16th will be Thomas Hagelin. As we are about to go green flag out of turns number 4 here, we're going green flag racing.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out. We are racing in B main action. We got 12 laps to tick them off here. Brian Wax takes the early command here. Warren Samoy in that second position. Robert Ballard looking mid-track, getting a little loose there in the slick. Will Brinkley putting a move on now into that 4th position as Robert Yost is in the 5th position looking to make the transfer spot. Colton Kinkart into that 6th position. And Greg Barnett is in the 7th position. Thomas Hagelin in that 10th position on the bubble right now. Back up front, Brian Wax is your leader with Warren Samoy directly behind him. Teammates right now running 1-2, same paint scheme, same style, everything. Brian Wax moves down the racetrack a little bit, leaving the door open a little bit for Warren Samoy to close the back bumper of him. Robert Ballard still holding on strong in that 3rd position, looking strong right now in this feature B main. Robert Yost in the 5th position trying to pressure Will to try to make some kind of mistake so he can take over that 4th position. It's the battle up front, the two guys. It's hard to say how hard they'll actually race each other. They're both in the feature right now. Warren Samoy may just follow right in behind Brian Wax as they try to make the feature tonight. They're both stuck in the B main to transfer themselves out. As the next pack on back is 3rd through 7th. 3rd through 7th is a breakaway. And on back behind that one is another breakaway from there. Robert Franklin, Thomas Hagelin, and Ed Koschenberger is currently in that final transfer position. Back up front. Back up front, you have Brian Wax leading this race. Warren Samoy is in 2nd. We have 8 laps down of a 12-lap race. Will Brinkley gets into the side of Robert Ballard. That was a nasty slider there that did not stick. As Will is now into that 3rd position. We have 10 laps down. They're going to come across the stripe. We'll have the 2 to go. 2 laps remain in this B main action. We'll be getting it over into the A main. Brian Wax is your leader with Warren Samoy in 2nd. Running 1-2 teammates right now, looking really strong. Warren Samoy not pressuring too much, just content with a 2nd right here as both teammates will try to make it into the A main. They have 2 laps to go. White flag is out onto the speedway now. Brian Wax leading this race. Warren Samoy in 2nd. Will Brinkley is in the 3rd position. Coming across the stripe here to finish, Brian Wax will be your winner with Warren Samoy in 2nd. Will Brinkley in 4th. 5th will be Robert Yost. 5th will be Colton Kinkart. 6th will be Greg Barnett. 7th, Robert Ballard. 8th will be Robert Franklin. 9th will be Ed Koschenberger. 10th will be Thomas Hagelin. Kevin Battering 11th, and 12th will be Brian. That concludes B main action. We're going to step away for just a minute because we are about to go A main action here at Knoxville Speedway. It's going to be an intense race here as we step away.
No more maybes. No more putting it off. This is the year. Be there. Sprint Car's greatest week. The 59th annual NOS Energy Drink Knoxville Nationals, August 7th through 10th. Buy your tickets now at KnoxvilleRaceway.com and check it off your bucket list.
Welcome back to Knoxville. Getting ready, set for the A main action. Before we do, we would like to get a hold of Brian Wax if we can, to see if we can talk to Brian. He was your race winner there in heat race in the B main. Brian Wax was your winner there in the B main action. Brian, what was it like out there, teammate running right behind you? You felt pretty comfortable out there, couldn't you?
Yeah, for the most part, I did. I had a couple of slip-ups there when I was trying to change my line just to see if I could get any better grip, and I about cost myself. I got in the wall. I don't know if it was like lap 5 or 6, but for the most part, it was pretty exciting. I was just happy to hang on to it there and be able to regather my concentration.
Looked like your teammate there was not pressuring too hard. It was just you guys were content to make the feature, and that's what you guys did. Good luck tonight to you.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much, and we'll try to put on a good show for you tonight.
All right, good luck to you, man.
Sure.
That was Brian Wax. Brian Wax has now made your feature event tonight, as we are about to go kick it over into the feature tonight. It won't be long, and we'll be there for your feature event. We look around the racetrack. As we are set. We are set to ready to grid it up here at Knoxville for your Iowa 30 Weeks 3 A main event. Here we go. As they get gridded up in the pit lane there, you see all of those cars. We're getting ready to go. As your pole setter in this one is going to be Randy Shreves. Randy Shreves will be your pole setter at this Knoxville, Iowa event. Randy Shreves probably going to have a really good chance to win this one, starting on the pole. We'll see what Randy Shreves will be able to do. On the outside of Randy Shreves will be Brandon Surratt in the 73 machine. Brandon Surratt currently third in the points. In the row number 2, PJ Popham is sitting in that third position. Chris Sign will be in the 91 machine. He will start fourth, and he looked good in his heat race, so it'll be interesting to see what he's able to do. In that fifth position, Garrett will be taking over that fifth position, that 47 machine. Good looking machine. And on the outside of him is Jason Randolph in his 47 machine. Billy Hobart will start 7th. 8th will be Chase Shepard. Chase Shepard looked strong early in. Finished 2nd in that heat race. There'll be one to watch here. Andy Patton starting in the 9th position in the 87 machine, AJ machine. Zach Neely will be starting in the 10th position in the 18 machine. Seth French in that 54 machine, looking good out there in that 11th position. In the 12th position tonight, Troy Flaro. In the 13th position, Benjamin Ward. In 4th, Doug Ongary. In 5th, Larry Bell.
Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not
In
going
the
green.
16th position, be Brad Tallarico. In the 17th position, Josh Berkey. In the 18th position, Ted Muffle. In 19th, Byron Gay. In 20th, William Henry. In 21st, Brian Wax. In 22nd, his teammate Warren Samoy. In 23rd, Will Brinkley. In 24th, Robert Yost. In 25th, Colton Kinkart. In 26th, Greg Barnett. In 27th, Robert Ballard. In 28th, Robert Franklin. In 29th, Ed Koschenberger. And in the final position tonight, in that 30th position, Thomas Hagelin. We got 30 cars. It's a big field here at Knoxville. We'll see them going green flag out of turns number 4. They're down the backstretch now. We're ready to go green flag racing out of turns 4. iRacing pace truck lights are out. We are going green here out of turns 4. We look at the onset of these cars. We are going green. Green flag is out. Randy Shreves gets a really good jump here. Slides to the top of the track. As they're going 2 wide all the way around, some places 3 wide. PJ Popham on the bottom of the track looking for the lead as the caution flag has been waved here at Knoxville Speedway. As we was not able to complete one full lap there, as we will re-rack them and stack them here at Knoxville. As Greg Barnett was involved in a wreck there in the back of the pack. Randy Shreves is your leader right now with Brandon Surratt in the 2nd position. In 3rd, PJ Popham. In 4th, Chris Sine. As we will re-rack them up and stack them up here. See what officials do if they decide to go a double file restart again and retry it, or they'll go single file. This is 30 laps around this massive place here at Knoxville for the Iowa 30. There's the iRacing pace truck. Randy Shreves leads your field right now. Brandon Surratt in that 2nd position. Brandon from Houston, Texas, sitting 3rd in points right now, trying to look for a little bit more here. iRacing pace truck is off. We are going single file here. This green flag is out.
Green flag, green flag.
Randy Shreves gets a really good restart there. PJ Popham looking to the bottom side of Brandon Surratt now. They're side by side as they go down the back stretch. Jason Randolph, your points leader, is currently sitting 6th, battling it on for that 5th position there. As PJ Popham has now taken over that 2nd position. Now his sights are on your race leader of Randy Shreves. Randy Shreves leading this thing. Jason Randolph is back there, still looking for more. PJ Popham on the bottom of the racetrack right now. Randy Shreves on the top. PJ Popham looks faster right now as Randy Shreves now takes to the bottom. He noticed something, that PJ Popham was on the move. As right now, PJ Popham is fast, but not your fastest. Right now, your current fastest is Garrett Garrett's back there in that 4th position. He's coming on strong. PJ Popham makes a mistake there out of turns number 2. Gives up the position there. Now back into that 2nd and 3rd position. Battles on now with Brandon. Garrett working the bottom side of the racetrack. Randy Strees on the top side. Liam Hobart in that 7th position, doing very well on his first night back to Millertime Motorsports. Troy Flaro still battling it on back here in that 12th position, not being able to really get anywhere. Ben Ward just in front of him in that 10th position. Back up front, Randy Shreve still leading this race. As we have clicked off 7 laps, it's PJ Popham now pressuring Randy Shreves again. Garrett in that 3rd position. He is still your quickest guy out there right now. Now PJ Popham has now got the fastest time out there. With a 18.451, he's your fastest guy out on the racetrack. PJ Popham looking to try to take over the lead. On back, Ben Ward and Zach Neely battling it on. Chase Shepard really having a good run with Chris Sign right in front of him. As we look on board with Chris Sign in front, Billy Hobart there. The battle up front is starting to heat up. PJ Popham on the bottom of the racetrack. You got Randy Shreves on the top. PJ trying to work the bottom, is looking really slick down there. Tries to get out there, and a caution is out on the speedway. Was PJ starting to work the bottom there and making it work? As we have caution out on the speedway. As we have 12 laps down in this race here at Knoxville. PJ Popham looking pretty strong there in that 2nd position. Currently the fastest on the track. As we get ready to go green flag, restack them up. This will be a double file restart here with 11 laps down of a 30-lap race. We're a third of the way done with this one. PJ Popham in the 2nd position. Randy Shreves is your leader. Randy Shreves looking to be a first-time winner. He's looking to be a first-time winner of Millertime Motorsports in the 305s. Garrett looking really strong there in that 47 machine right behind him. Jason Randolph sitting in that 6th position, still looking strong. Your points leader right now. Having a strong night, really. Chris Sign really having a good night in that 91 machine. Chase Shepard, another good one. He's inside that top 10. Your final top 10 driver is Zachary Neely in the 18 machine. You got Troy Flaro back there. Doug on Gary trying to make some moves here. He's just behind Troy Flaro. As we're double file, we're about to go green flag out of turns number 4. iRacing Pace Truck is hitting pit road. PJ Popham on the top, Randy Shreves on the bottom. Green flag is out. They're side by side. PJ on the top, Randy Shreves on the bottom. Will this open the door for PJ to make a run on the outside? No, it has not. Randy Shreves worked the bottom really well. PJ Popham drops to the bottom right behind Randy Shreves. Brandon stays to the top side. Garrett on the bottom. Randy Shreves still your leader. Garrett is coming on strong. Garrett in that 4th position. Dropping back a little bit now. As now Jason Randolph making some moves. He's up into that 4th position now. Back in, hit the top 10. In the top 10 now, Troy Flaro is now in that top 10. As we're going to try to get them restarted again. That was a double file restart there. We got a couple laps in there. We're almost to the halfway mark of this race. Randy Shreves is your leader. He started on pole, has led the entire race. PJ Popham's been pressuring a little bit there. As we're going to get to one to go here as they cross the stripe. We're going to be going green flag racing out of turns number 4. It'll be on the command of Randy Shreves. Jason Randolph in the 4th position. Double file restart. Here we go, boys and girls. Green flag is coming out of turns number 4 as we get ready. It's time to go back green flag racing. Randy Shreves to the bottom. PJ Popham to the top, and early caution there. As we didn't get going green, not even a one turn, and the green, red, yellow flag was out. We'll try to re-rack them and stack them. I imagine the officials will try to go single file again. As we'll attempt to make another restart here. It will be a single file restart for Randy Shreves. I imagine Randy Shreves really likes that. It benefits him. The disadvantage to PJ Popham right behind him. As we're getting ready to go green flag racing. We're going to get the one to go now. As you see Ben Ward going back around. Ben Ward having some trouble here. Now scored in last week's winner. Now having some trouble again tonight. iRacing lights are out on the pace truck. We are going green flag out of turns number 4. iRacing pace truck dips down. On the throttle. They are. Green flag is out. Randy Shreves gets a really good restart there. PJ Popham on the top side follows in behind Randy Shreves. As they work, all of them work the top of the race deck. Now Jason Randolph dives to the bottom to try to make some moves on PJ Popham. Jason Randolph, your points leader right now, looking to extend his points lead right now. Pressuring PJ Popham. PJ goes to the bottom. Randolph now cuts to the bottom. Is there single file right up here up front?
Right, caution is out. Caution is out.
And the caution is back out on the speedway again. Again, we have a yellow out on the speedway. Randy Shreve still your leader and has led every bit of this race. 18 laps down, he's led every bit of it. Can anybody get around Randy Shreves? A great time now to thank our sponsors. Our sponsors rolls across the bottom of our screen. We can't thank some of these guys enough. If you want to donate to us, we would greatly appreciate it. It makes everything better. We're able to bring you better coverage, as right now we're working on new graphics for your scoring monitor. As you see, these scoring monitors are a little bit different than last week. We are still working through those. As next week's episode, you will see something completely different. We can't thank our sponsors enough for what they do. If you want to be a sponsor, please reach out to us. If you want to donate, please reach out to us. All proceeds go right back into the broadcast, every bit of it. How we're able to stream to multiple platforms like YouTube, Twitch, and all of those. We're about to go green flag racing here. As the iRacing pace truck lights are out, we're going to try another single file restart here. As Shreves will be the command of this race.
Green flag, green flag.
He fires away. Green flag. Jason Randolph drops to the bottom now. He tries to take over the second position from PJ Popham, and he's got the position now. Randolph working the bottom of the racetrack really well right now. Really well, looking for the lead. Look at Jason Randolph working the cushion right now, trying to track down your race leader that has led every bit of this race. Randy Shreves to the bottom, Jason Randolph to the top side.
All right, man, caution is out.
Caution is back out on the speedway. As now, Jason Randolph has now made it up into that second position. Your fastest time right now on the speedway, PJ Popham still has that quick time and will pick up those 2 extra bonus points if he can keep that quick time. That's going to be crucial, especially if Jason Randolph finishes ahead of him. As we look at your most wins here at Millertime Motorsports, Jason Randolph has 1 win. He is looking for his second win and tie PJ Popham. Your current leader, Randy Shreves, has never won a 305 race with Millertime. So he's looking for his very first win, and he's led every bit of this race. And with your point standings really close right now, Jason Randolph just took over that second position from PJ Popham. PJ Popham is sitting second in points. Can PJ get back around Jason? Jason's been looking strong. PJ Popham has your quickest lap early on. They look to go single file restart here. As Troy Flaro got in an accident back there, and he's kind of out of this one in the 18th position. We're going to be green flag out of turns number 3 and 4. Randy Shreves on the top. Restarts out. Jason Randolph. PJ Popham, they all get a really good restart here. They dip to the bottom. Randy Shreves go to the top. Jason Randolph is now your race leader. Randy Shreves made a big mistake there, went to the top. And I think Jason Randolph knew he made a mistake in week 1 and gave a race win up. And now Jason Randolph takes your lead over and is now your race leader with the caution back out on the speedway. We're going to have 8 laps to go when we restart. Jason Randolph is now your race leader. He's won 1 race. He's looking for 2. Randy Shreves made a mistake. Went to the top side and should have went to the bottom. In week 1, Jason Randolph had the lead. He went to the top side. PJ Popham went to the bottom, took the lead over, and never could regain that lead away from PJ. Now Jason learned from his mistake and is now sitting in that first position. Jason Randolph looking really strong late in this race, working the bottom side of the racetrack. It seems to be working really well in turns 1 and 2. Troy Flero is scheduled at 15th position right now. Doug Ungary is in the 9th position. 8th is Larry Bell. Warren Samoy, a big charge for Warren Samoy. Started really deep in this race. He's in that 6th position, so he's looking really good right now. Brandon Surratt in that 5th position, looking strong. Larry Bell in 8th. Josh Berkey in the 10th position is in the pits for repairs. But he will not be scored in that 10th position. Chris Stein had some bad luck early in this race. Billy Hobart had some bad luck. Ben Wart had some bad luck. Ben Wart deep in this field. Back up front, Jason Randolph is your race leader. As iRacing Pace Truck has dipped off, we're green flag racing.
Green flag, green flag.
PJ Popham goes to the top side of the racetrack here. That didn't work for Randolph, or didn't work for Randy Shreves. As Jason Randolph now up top of the track, kind of running away from Randy Shreves. Jason Randolph now 23 laps down. PJ Popham goes to the bottom of Randy Shreves. Randy Shreves in the wall a little bit. PJ Popham looks to the bottom side of the racetrack to try to get some grip. He's got to work the bottom and make it work if he's going to catch your leader, Jason Randolph. Ben Ward really out of this one. PJ Popham in that 2nd position now has cleared Randy Shreves. Now his sights is on Jason Randolph. Jason Randolph working the bottom side of the racetrack still. We have 4 laps left in this race.
All right, man, caution is out.
Caution flag is out. Now we set up. We are now setting up for another restart like we seen in week 1. Week 1, Jason Randolph had the lead. Made a mistake in turns 1, went to the top side, and PJ Popham went to the bottom. Will Jason Randolph go to the bottom and protect his line? What will happen here? As we have kind of a repeat of week 1. Jason Randolph in the lead, PJ Popham in 2nd, and Randy Shreves in 3rd. 4th is Zach Neely, putting on a really good outing here. Zach Neely running very, very well in the 18 machine. We only have a few laps left of this one. There's been several cautions here. 30-car field to start it. Jason Randolph is your leader. He's up 5 positions from where he started. Zach Neely is up 6 positions from where he started. Warren Samoy in that 6th position. He's up 16 positions. Warren Samoy on the move. Robert Yost up to 10th. He's from up 14 positions. Currently, your hard charger, though, is rewarded to Warren Samoy right now. Warren Samoy up 16 positions. Green flag is out. We're going green flag racing. As Jason Randolph goes to the bottom. PJ Popham goes to the bottom. Randy Shree's at the top of the racetrack right now. Everything is working to the bottom of the racetrack right now. PJ Popham messed up a little bit. Randy Shree's closed the door. Jason Randolph looks to kind of be checking out of this race. Jason Randolph is your leader. As we have 2 laps to go. I'm sorry, 3 laps to go. As they cross the stripe, we'll get the 2 to go. 2 laps to go for Jason Randolph, your points leader. PJ Popham trying to hold on to that 2nd position right now. From Randy Shreves. Randy Shreves has lost 2 positions in this race. Warren Samoy in that 6th position trying to look underneath of Neely. Not being able to do it. Troy Flara trying to make a comeback. He's up to 7th right now. He's up 5 positions, but it's all Jason Randolph up front as he is going to be your race winner here at Knoxville Speedway with PJ Popham finishing in 2nd. Randy Shrees in 3rd. Wow. That was a good race there. A really good race. Jason Randolph proved why he is your points leader and will continue to be your points leader coming out of weeks number 3. PJ Popham finished 2nd. In 3rd, Randy Shrees. 4th was Brandon Surratt. 5th was Zach Neely. 6th, and your hard charger of the night, Warren Samoy. In 7th, Troy Flaro. In 8th, Larry Bell. 9th was William Hobart. 10th was Chris Sine. 11th was Robert Yost. 12th was Byron Gay. 13th was Ted Muffle. 14th was Colton Kentcart. And 15th, Benjamin Wart. 16th, Thomas Hagelin. 17th, Greg Barnett. 18th, Doug Ungary. 19th, Robert Franklin. And then 20th, Will Brinkley. Your winner, Jason Randolph, put on a show for us as you see him parked there in the front stretch. There's your top 3 as we'll try to get word with them guys. What a race we had there. That was fun to watch. We'll see if we can get a hold of your top 3 finishers as they wait in the waiting room. We got all 3 of them down here. We are going to drag them up one at a time. And we'll start with your 3rd place finisher. We'll start with your 3rd place finisher, Randy Shreves. Looked strong early on. I think he may have made a mistake on a restart and may have cost him the race there. Went to the top side. Jason Randolph went to the bottom. And that was kind of all Jason needed to get back around him. Randy Shreves, you had a really strong run early on. Just didn't have enough to fend off Jason or PJ Popham. What was it like out there battling?
Yeah, it was definitely a good race. And like you said, I did make a few mistakes. Took the high side when I should have stayed low. But yeah, it's racing. But it was definitely fun. Good racing. Can't really ask for much more than that.
And you got a 3rd place finish. You can't, like you said, you can't ask much more than that. I mean, you had a rough outing last week, so this really helps you in your points. I think he was down to 7th in points, so this will help your point standings going into the next week.
Yeah, definitely had a little bit of bad luck last week, but yeah, we kind of recovered from that. Was hoping to get the win, but a couple guys were just a little faster than me.
Yeah, we were all pulling for you over here trying to get a new Millertime winner. You have not won a 305 race yet. You've raced several 360s and 410s. You've won several of those, but you're still looking for that first 305 win. What is it going to take for you to get that?
Obviously, just a little more practice. Just try to keep my head in the game.
All right, Randy, congratulations on your third. Is there anybody you'd like to thank out there?
Definitely want to thank my team, Sofa King Fast Sim Sports, Dave Ward at Ground Zero Graphics, Skull Candy, Goyette Trucking, Raise Energy, KSB Builders, and Dirt ITV for the broadcast, and Miller Time for putting on this awesome league.
All right, Randy, thank you, and congratulations again on your third place finish.
Thank you.
PJ Popham is your second place finisher tonight. He looks strong. I thought he was going to be able to take the lead away, but then here comes Jason Randolph, and Jason Randolph was one that was hard to catch tonight. What was it like out there for you tonight, PJ?
Good run tonight. Thought we were going to make maybe a couple points up, but Jason made sure that didn't happen. A good run by Jason. He's always fast wherever we go, so I think we'll be chasing that 47 all year. So.
Yeah, you look strong early on. When we look at the times on the board, you actually in the feature race, it looks like you were scored the fastest time, and because you do have the fastest time, you get 2 extra bonus points, so it didn't hurt you as bad as what you're thinking. But yes, the 47 machine was on a rail, and what is it going to take to overcome a victory maybe next week and be able to eke him out, because he does seem really strong. I think he gave one away in week 1. He could be a 2-time winner early on, but right now currently with a 1, and I think he learned from his mistake. What's it going to take for you to beat him next week?
Just you got to play it week by week, but we got to be consistent all year. I mean, everybody's bound to have some bad luck. We just got to capitalize. If it does happen to Jason, run strong when we can. The bottom was working for me. At the beginning, if I could have got by Randy, I think we would have been okay, because it would have been pretty hard to pass. But just kept catching the cautions wrong. And then once we did get by Randy, Jason was running the top, and I think he learned from week 1. He saw me come, get by Shreves, and he went right down to the bottom, and at that point it was just, I was just gonna be content to ride second. I wasn't gonna go up there and try to pressure him, because, there's no margin for error when you're running around the bottom like that. I don't want to mess up his night, my night, so I was just pretty content to run second there and come home, with a strong second place finish after a rough week last week. So just happy, the Bison Ford, Pacers Sign & Designs, T&M Race Engines, Upfront Bodies, WB Creative, and everybody for coming on board. I just got to thank them. My dad, my girlfriend, everybody that's involved. It's a lot of fun to come out here and race. It's a lot of fun to go back and watch these broadcasts. You definitely put a lot of work in it. I know every driver here appreciates it. So thanks to Millers, both Steve and Chris, for putting this on, and thanks to Knoxville for giving us a pretty good track here. If we could have had just a little bit more moisture on bottom, I think we were a little bit faster than Jason, but we'll take second.
Yeah, PJ, congratulations on your second. Looks like you'll probably stay at second in points. We'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you, Ryan.
All right, we're going to talk to your winner tonight, Jason Randolph, in that 47 machine. He looked strong. How was it like out there, Jason?
Not too bad tonight. The bottom of the track came in there at the last minute. And I was able to make the moves to get the lead.
It was interesting to watch you on one of the restarts. You had Randy Shreves that was leading the race. he decided to go to the top side and you went to the bottom to take the lead. We replayed back week 1 when you made that mistake. You went to the top and PJ Popham went to the bottom. Was that the deciding factor for you to win this race tonight?
Yeah, unfortunately, I did do that week 1, and I think I gave one away there, but I was able to grab one tonight, so I guess it all evens out, so not a bad deal.
Absolutely. We seen you leading the race and PJ was behind you and there was another restart. We was wondering if that mistake was going to happen again, and I think we answered that one. You stayed to the bottom. You kept your line on the bottom, and you did not give that up. It didn't give PJ the opportunity. So it looks like you're going to continue to be our points leader coming out of the race here at Knoxville. Congratulations on your win. Is there anybody out there that you would like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my team and all the teammates over at the Fern Motorsports, ABR Setup Shop, Apex Auto Glass and Tinting, Butt Kicker, Mazin's Transport, 21 Designs, Fine Line Designs, Justin Sick Photography, and Sears Race Media. You guys for putting on the broadcast, and everyone at the Millertime Motorsports that puts on the races every week.
Thank you, Jason. Congratulations again on your victory. We'll see you next week.
All right, thank you. Hopefully we're talking again.
Yeah, we'll see. That was Jason Randolph, your winner tonight for the Iowa 30 here at Knoxville, and he is probably going to be your points leader coming out of here as the officials work those points. We'll update you throughout the week on those points as we get set to go to a new track after this one. We are going to Kokomo, another small track. So we'll see everybody at Kokomo. We can't thank all of our sponsors enough for what they do. If you want to be a sponsor or a donator, please reach out to us on Dirt ITV Facebook page, and we'll give you all the information to be able to be a donor. From Knoxville, we're going to sign out. What a great night of racing. Have a good night.